Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very exciting video to get into because it is my favorite time of the week. That means it's time to save some money on some Switch and Switch 2 games, digital, and I think a few physical as well. So if you want to save some money on some great video games, stay tuned. Let's go and get right into it. Yeah, so you might not have known, but I've actually taken off the past 2 or 3 days from videos, and this is the first time I've done that in like over a year. Even with vacations, I still made videos, but I took a couple days off. I feel refreshed, and I can't think of a better way to come back except to save some money on some great video games and also give away a Nintendo Eshop gift card. That is correct. But I think I'm going to give away this one as well. That's right, I give away Nintendo Eshop gift cards every single week to my amazing community. If you'd like to have that same opportunity or the opportunity to potentially win a Switch 2, all you have to do is like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our communities growing, and consider becoming a channel member. And as long as I can and as much as I can, I will always give back to my amazing community. But that is what the young kids call yapping. We're yapping too much. We got to get into these deals. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first game we're talking about is Into the Breach. This is currently on sale for $3.74 on the Nintendo Eshop. That's 75% off, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. So I'll be honest, I have never played this game, but it's been something that I've always been curious about every time I see gameplay. I think it looks really cool, and essentially, it's like a tactical RPG, and they almost seem like not approachable at first. But if you've played Advanced Wars, or the Mario and Rabbids games, or Final Fantasy Tactics, I mean, you can see they're like amazing games to get into. This one is very highly rated, 89 on Metacritic, and it just looks really fun, so I actually might pick this one up myself. So the entire internet is infatuated with Hollow Knight Silksong, myself included. Actually, you know what? Go buy that game if you haven't bought it yet. Let's support Team Cherry. But a game that I think is almost just as good sometimes is Blasphemous. This is currently $6.24 on the eShop, and that is 75% off the full price. I think this game just looks beautiful and plays amazing. It is incredibly difficult, but it's challenging and it makes you feel good when you defeat an enemy. And I think it has some of the coolest enemies in all of gaming. I think this game and the second one are incredibly underrated. I'm not really sure why, but if you like Hollow Knight, or you're thinking about getting it, or if any of that interests you, do not sleep on Blasphemous. So another underrated game on Nintendo platforms is Crysis Remastered. This is currently $11.99, and that's 60% off on the eShop. You know, go back like 20 years, and the memes about Crysis, right? That was the whole thing. Can your PC run Crysis? Can it run Crysis? Well, now this little tiny ass handheld console, well, the Switch 2 is not so tiny, but let's just say the Switch Lite, a tiny ass handheld like that can play this incredible game. And I think this game looks amazing on the Switch and Switch 2. I think it's actually one of the best looking games that never gets talked about. I never played Crysis anywhere else. I've only played it on the Switch. I think it's just truly one of the best first person shooters of all time. I don't know if I've played the second or third one, but they're all on the Switch as well. But this is an incredible game for only $12. Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch Remastered is currently $9.99 on the eShop, and that's 80% off. So, you know, you've probably played this or you know about this. I think this game came out all the way back on the PS3. Again, I never played it then. I played it on the Switch, and it's one of my fondest memories playing on my Switch. If you don't like RPGs or JRPGs, you probably won't like this one, but if you like them at all, I would argue this is a must-play game. I think Studio Ghibli did the cutscenes or something like that. I always get it confused, but it is a masterpiece. It has a very touching story, and it's a long-ass game. I mean, you could essentially play this for like 80 hours, and in an RPG and JRPG, man, that's a good thing. Assassin's Creed the Ezio collection is $11.99. That's 70% off on the eShop, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. Now, when I say game, that would be cool, right? A $12 Assassin's Creed game, but this is 3 games, I believe, and 3 of the best Assassin's Creed games of all time. This is the Ezio collection, so you're playing as Ezio. I bought this collection a few years back. I don't even know what happened to it. I think I lost the copy, but I remember playing through one of the games. I love Assassin's Creed. Yes, it's Ubisoft games, but I think it's some of the best stuff Ubisoft does. And you're getting 3 games for $12, and you can play those portably. Death's Door is currently $4.99, and that is 75% off on the eShop. I recommend this game all the time, and I was actually playing it, I want to say last week or something, and it had been a while since I played it. I was playing it on the Switch too. It looked incredible on the Switch too, and I just couldn't believe like how good this game is. I think it flies under the radar for whatever reason. It reminds me of a 2D Zelda game. I think it's like isometric view. I think that's what it's called, where it's like not quite top down, but it is such a good and engaging and weird game. So if you want just a very fun action game that you can just kind of get lost in, but in a good way, this one is a no-brainer. The Messenger is also on sale for $3.99, and that's 80% off the full price. This right here is another game I would argue everybody needs to play, especially for the price. It's $4, and if you just look at gameplay, you might think, what is that, like a Sega game or something from back in the day? But it kind of is like that style of game, just in modern times. Better graphics, incredible music. It's actually really funny, and I always get it confused, and you guys have corrected me 500 times. But that's not how I roll over here. I'm going to continue to be confused. This is either a prequel or a sequel to Sea of Stars. So, yeah, somebody in the comments, let me know which one it is, and I'll probably forget again. TUNIC is on sale for $14.99, and this is 50% off the full price. I've actually been looking for a copy of this game. I want to get it physically, but if I can't find a copy, I mean, $15 is not a bad way to go. Yes, it's a Zelda clone, okay? But once you get that out of the way, this is just a masterpiece. Somebody in the comments in one of these videos said, you call all these games masterpieces. That's not a good way to describe them. But those are the kind of games I try to recommend to you guys. This is a masterpiece, man. I don't really hear anybody talk about it anymore, and that's kind of a bummer. A really cool game called Gunbrella is on sale for $4.49. That's 70% off on the eShop, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. This is like a game that reminds me of like old noir stuff, but it's a Metroidvania. Or is it a 2D platformer? I always get them confused. But you have this really cool umbrella that doubles as a gun. I remember when this game first came out, I recommended it like the entire month it came out. And again, I don't really hear anybody ever talk about this one, but for less than $5, this is not a bad way to go. OlliOlli World is currently on sale for $4.99. That's 75% off on the eShop, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. I love all of the OlliOlli games. That almost got confusing. There's 3 of them. I do believe this is the 3rd and newest one. They're essentially skateboarding games, but they're almost like skateboarding platforming games. And man, are they so fun to play. So yeah, this is $5. If you've never played any of these, buy this one. You're going to love it. There's no question about it. And then go back and play the older ones too. Pepper Grinder is currently on sale for $6.49. That's 57% off on the eShop, and this is the lowest price this game has ever been. This game came out, I want to say, the tail end of last year, and I remember when they first showed it off in like an indie showcase or whatever, it had a little bit of hype around it. And it's another game that unfortunately I feel like just kind of got lost to time. You know, there's so many games coming out and so many indie games coming out. This one is really, really fun. It's only fully priced at $15, so even if you had to pay full price for it, I think you would get a lot of value out of it. But for less than $7, it just is such a good-ass game that I think, you know, like I said, unfortunately, it kind of got lost to every other big release. A really cool game called Bug Fables, The Everlasting Sapling, is on sale for $9.99, and this is 60% off the full price. I hate comparing games to other games, but it's an easier way for me to explain what's going on. This is a great game to play if you like Paper Mario. So if you like that style of gameplay and that style of art, and if you just like fun games, I guess, man, you're gonna enjoy this one. I used to recommend this game quite a bit, but it actually hasn't been on sale for almost a year now or something. I remember I'd recommend it all the time. Maybe it does go on sale, maybe I just don't see it, but man, is this game good. It has an 85 on Metacritic, so you know, that should tell you how good it is, or at least how good people think it is. Yeah, I'm not doing a great job at explaining this one, but it's a really, really fun game, man. It's even a good game to like buy now and put in the backlog. And then whenever you get around to playing it, you're gonna enjoy it. So now let's start getting into some Switch 2 stuff. But this first game, I guess, is on both. No Man's Sky. I recommended it last week. I'm gonna recommend it again this week. It is $23.99 on the eShop. That's 60% off, and that is for the Switch or Switch 2 version. And if you buy it for your Switch and eventually get a Switch 2, it has a free upgrade path. I think this is an incredible port that was on the Switch. I think it's one of the most slept on and amazing games we currently have on the Switch 2. It looks and runs amazing. It's a game you could sink 1,000 hours into and never do the same thing twice. They're updating this game damn near every other month, it feels like. Every update and DLC is 100% free. They just added one of their biggest updates of all time that added so much really cool features with multiplayer involved, and it's just a phenomenal game and a huge turnaround from what it was. So yeah, not a bad game to pick up. Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma is currently on sale physically at Amazon, Best Buy, and GameStop for $49.99. I think on Amazon it's like an extra 5 pennies off or whatever. What's cool about this game, if I understand correctly, is when you buy the Switch 2 version, even though it's a red cartridge, that same cartridge can be put in a Switch and played there as well. I think this is one of the only games that's like true about, so you can buy the Switch 2 version and play it on the Switch, and it will automatically know which console you're on or something like that. So yeah, if you're buying this for the Switch, that's cool. If you're buying it for the Switch 2, that's a little cooler, let's just be honest. I don't know much about these games. I remember when I seen the trailer, I thought it looked really interesting. But like I was saying earlier, there are so many games to play. That's not a bad thing, but this is something I do think I would eventually enjoy, so hopefully I can get around to it one day. Kirby and the Forgotten Land for the Switch is physically at Walmart right now for $52.89. That's 12% off the full price. So you could buy this for your Switch and play it, and that's cool. That's where I played it. But there is a Switch 2 version now, and that version cost $80. And I do think that is completely overpriced. I think what they did is amazing. I think the DLC, they did a great job on it. I don't think it's worth an extra $20. I've seen a lot of people argue against that, but I'm just keeping it real. I don't think it's worth that much. So pick this up at a discounted price. Pay the $10 for the upgraders at $20. I can't remember. No matter what, you're going to be saving money on the Switch 2 version, though. I mean, you could buy the Switch 2 version if you want for $80. It's your money, but why not save some money? You know what I mean? And this last game we're going to talk about is for the Switch 2, but it's not out yet, but it is on sale. It's called Full Metal Schoolgirl. This is currently $44.99. That's 10% off the full price. And I don't know much about this. Just from looking at trailers and pictures of it, it looks like super freaking cool. And the fact that they have this coming for the Switch 2 early means they have a dev kit. It means Nintendo believes in whatever the hell they're doing. So yeah, I thought I would mention it. Maybe you guys know what this is. Maybe you're going to pick it up, and maybe you would like to save some money on it. So yeah, save some money while you can. Yeah, more Switch and Switch 2 games on sale. I can never get enough of this stuff. That's why I do it every single week. Like, yes, it's fun to do it. And yes, I like giving you guys eShop gift cards. And yes, it's just cool to do all this stuff. But I just have so much fun seeing like all these games are on sale, and I learn about a bunch of games this way. There's so many damn video games, man. It's kind of crazy to think about. As always, in the comments below, let me know what you guys are thinking, anything you might be picking up. Just start a conversation. And if you made it all the way to this part of the video, if you could do me a favor, hit a like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And consider becoming a channel member. All this stuff takes a click of a button. It helps out tremendously, and I would really appreciate it. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.